What's up, Paul?
Hey Tony,
How you doing?
good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just day by day. Where are you nowadays?
I'm all over. I don't really have a home. I'm in San Diego, staying
Same.
with my tío, and
That's it.
our team is out here in San Diego, so that's where I am right now.
Yeah, I feel the same way. So we're all over the place.
Yeah.
Um, why don't you introduce yourself to my audience? Let's jump right into this.
My name's Paul Anton, Polυχρόνης Αντωνόπουλος. I'm a Greek American from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've known Tony now for many, many years, and I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me, Tony.
No problem. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, our first time I met Paul was, I don't even remember the amount of years ago it was. I'd say it's probably like 10 years,
Yeah.
where we were putting a team into a tournament and Yanni was like, I got a friend that wants to play. I got a friend that wants to play. And there we go. He jumped on the team and that's how I met you.
Teddy K tournament was the
Yeah,
first time I met you,
yeah,
probably 12 years ago now.
yeah. That's awesome. Um, yeah, obviously what we're going to talk today is somewhat related. We're talking hoops, we're talking basketball, and no pun intended when I say the word hoop. Why don't you talk to me about what you're working on?
So I'm building the world's first smart basketball hoop. It's called Hoop, Huupe. We've been working on it for over 4 years now, but it really started when my little brother and I stayed in touch by playing basketball on Snapchat. I went to school in Boston. That's where I first met you, originally from Milwaukee. My little brother was still back home, and my first year, this was before I met Yanni Bravo, before I met everybody. I was very hesitant to make friends out there, so I told my little brother, "Hey, get on Snapchat. Let's play basketball against each other." And we used to play every Friday, Saturday night. I'd record a shot on my phone in Boston, send it to Frankie in Milwaukee, and we played horse against each other, 3-point contests. And that was really the genesis of the idea, is playing basketball against each other in different parts of the world.
So when you
I
say
ended up
play basketball, you're not playing a video game. You're shooting a video of you taking the shot, so he's got to go match the shot.
exactly, yeah. I'd record
All
a
right.
shot with one hand, shoot with the other, like, hey, left elbow jumper. Made
Yeah.
it, missed it, and then he'd send one back, and that's how we played horse against each other.
That's incredible. All right, so what exactly is this? You say it's a smart basketball hoop. I know from the pictures on the website, I see a hoop, I see an LED screen. I'm sure it's protected but with a strong material because there's a lot of people that just throw up some bricks. I see a sensor. Is this sensor just judging if it went in or is it judging form? Talk to me about all these details.
Yeah, the engineering has been really tough. It was originally like, hey, let's put a screen on a backboard and track all the stats, but it's been a work in progress for 4 years now. So it's a TV screen behind tempered glass, same tempered glass as an NBA backboard. And we started off with 6 sensors and cameras. We're down to just one that sees the whole court and it determines your makes and misses, your swishes, trajectory, where you are on the court. It offers form correction, like get your elbow in, and it gives you all these stats. And then we sort of gamify it. So you have free throw contests, 3-point contests, shooting challenges where layups are one, mid ranges are two, 3-pointers are three. You get to see where you stack up against the rest of the world. And then you also get to stream your favorite game shows and highlights, ESPN, Netflix. You can watch it while you play, and we'll keep track of all your stats in the background. And people are often surprised at how many shots they can take in just a little half-hour show.
Wow. I noticed when I was watching some of the videos is that there's videos playing in the background. There's coaches, there's trainers. Are these on demand or are these, if you're a member, are these live? Was you have a personal trainer? Talk to me about that.
Right now, it's all on demand, so you can get training like how to do a step back, how to do a free throw, but also time-based drills like make five from the corner before you move to the wing. It's all on demand now. We want to incorporate live training sessions one day. It's just a little hard to execute for our coders right now, so we're just keeping it simple. On demand, gaming, training, streaming.
Wow. So I know right now it's not ready yet, but when is this product going to be available for people?
So we've got about 30 units in market right now that have just been being beta tested for the last year or so. We're delivering this October. So entering mass production in August, September, and delivering around October this year. So it's finally, after 4 years of testing and grinding, it's finally available in 2023.
That's awesome. And let me backtrack now to the training part. So you have these trainers that are going to be shooting on-demand videos that you're going to implement into this. What, I'm not sure if you answered this. Is there going to also be live?
Not yet, not this year. I don't think we're going to be able to pull it off this year, but 2024 there will be
But
there
that
will be
is in the plans.
yeah, definitely in the plans.
Now, will that be like a subscription base or are you just gonna, how does that work?
We're still working out the details. So there is a subscription. You buy the hardware, and then there is a small subscription And then we're going to lower the cost of the hardware so that the subscription sustains us. But that's really our business model, is just hardware sales and subscription.
So I know you sort of answered my next question already when you were talking about Snapchatting with your brother, horse shots, but is that all that inspired this, or is there something else that went into inspiring this? What you woke up one day and said, I need to do this? What was that?
So my mom really was the star of the family. She's a Greek girl. She's from Milwaukee. She played at Marquette, and she was really the star of the family. Like watching her grow up in Goya, y'all, like she was dropping 40 a game in church leagues when I was growing up. So she was really the star I looked up to. That's why I fell in love with basketball from a young age, and always sort of had this vision to do something with my little brother around the world. I ended up going to law school several years later, creating an app that allowed people to play basketball remotely on AR glasses. It was totally lame, totally nerdy at the time. Like the glasses are huge, but I just wanted to be able to play with my little brother Foti around the world. And my co-founder Leith came and played that game and said, "Hey, that's pretty cool, but what if we took your game and put a screen on a backboard?" So it really was a combination of all these ideas that led to Hoop. And right when he mentioned it, my jaw dropped. I knew it was the perfect idea, and we started working on it.
That's amazing. I know you mentioned there's people beta testing it. Are you guys bringing in professional basketball players or professional trainers to work on this?
Yeah, we've gotten several NBA players to work on it, several NBA trainers, a couple teams that have come and tried it out. So we've got everybody from 5 years old all the way to 60 plus who've tried it, played on it, and they all seem to love it.
So the goal is obviously for end user, improve their shot, improve their form, and have a unique experience playing basketball. Pretty much.
Yeah, we call ourselves a $1 million training facility right in your home. That's really our motto, but it's also to connect the world through basketball. We get to play against each other in different parts of the world now. I know a lot of people are traveling. We're all over the place. If you want to stay in touch, and it's instead of making the hoops smart, we're actually sort of dumbing down video games. We're dumbing down the PlayStation and the Xbox. Instead of playing NBA 2K, go play in your driveway for real against other people. And that's what we're after, just getting people more active playing the sport.
No, I respect that. We got to get people back outside because for the last like 10 years, I feel everyone's like spending beautiful days inside, stuck on their Xbox and PlayStations.
Yeah, exactly.
Or on their phones now, where everything shifted to the phones.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I'm excited to see this. Maybe when it's completely launched, maybe we bring one to the Teddy K Classic one year and demo it for everybody.
Have to, 100%.
For sure. My next question, I think you sort of already touched on this. I was going to ask you, aside from what inspired this, but like you seem like a pretty driven individual. What inspires you? Is it the same answer? What inspires your work ethic?
Growing up, really, my parents were both really, really hard workers. We grew up in the suburbs to start, but then we moved above my family's restaurant. It was a Mexican restaurant because we didn't want to open another Greek restaurant to upset all our cousins and relatives who owned Greek restaurants. But we grew up above a restaurant, and it was really like the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, it was hard work. And basketball was always my escape. That was the only time my parents said, "Okay, you can go." So I'd always say, "Hey, I got practice. I got to go."
Yeah.
I've always been a hard worker, always been pretty driven, but I'm Greek, so I still need my vacations. I still need my month in Greece every year.
For sure. You touched on how you can't upset everyone with another restaurant because anywhere you go in like a Greece community, you have on one side of the street Nikos and then on the other side of the street Nicolas. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Nikos pizza and Nicolas pizza. Like, what's going on here?
So my dad opened up a Mexican restaurant. We lived upstairs, and we still had a little Greek food on the menu too.
Very nice, very nice. Let's talk a little hoops. Obviously, I know we touched on this earlier, how you came to a tournament where I got to coach you. Unfortunately, that experience was cut short. I remember you suffered an injury in that game, and then we didn't get to continue in that tournament. But talk to me about just your basketball story, like growing up to where you are today.
I was completely obsessed with the game. I used to play 8 hours a day. Like I really was trying to make it to the NBA. I was going to these camps. Steve Novak, if you remember him on the
Yeah,
Knicks.
I remember Steve Novak.
He told us you have to make 1,000 shots a day to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
And I took that seriously. I used to write it in my notebook. I used to keep track of how many shots I made. And honestly, after 100, 200 shots, you lose track. And that's sort of one of the impetuses for this product, Hoop, is it keeps track of all your shots. So now kids can track 500 shots, 1,000 shots. I ended up having a great high school career, tore my ACL in junior year, came back in 5 months just to start for the next season. And we ended up winning the state championship that year, my senior year. So I sort of left on top as a champion. I had a couple of offers to go D3 and play college ball, but then I got into a nice school in Boston, Boston College, and my parents, they made me go.
Yeah. What's your favorite basketball moment? Was it that championship or something else?
We won off of a buzzer beater. The team, we had been playing together since eighth grade, and we almost won the eighth grade national tournament. So we were a really solid team. We didn't have the most talent, but we were really like a close team. And winning that state championship in Wisconsin my senior year was amazing. Like 30,000 people watched that game, 17,000 people in person. And then,
oh, this is a state championship.
Yeah, the state championship. And basketball is everything in Wisconsin, and just winning that, ending it on a high note with my boys who I had been friends with since grade school, was definitely the high note of my career.
How has Giannis changed basketball in Wisconsin?
Man, having a Greek from Milwaukee on the Milwaukee Bucks, it's just amazing. Everyone looks up to him. He's, aside from just being the best player in the NBA right now, I think he's like the best human out there. Kids love him, everyone loves him, and he loves them. So it's like a dream come true.
What do you, because obviously I love basketball. I've been coaching it for a long time. I used to play when I was younger. I watched it all the time. What do you think of today's game as opposed to maybe the game when you were, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago?
Man, these kids are good now. They're super good, talented, but I feel like the passing and the teamwork is not there as much as it used to be. I think our high school team, our state championship team, would beat a lot of these teams that I see today, like especially these high school teams. It's a lot of I don't know, selfish play I see.
I remember an interview by Kobe, how he used to talk about how that is a problem because of what AAU has done. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, the cameras are always on, and it's just a product of the environment. It's not anything about these kids, but they're all trying to go D1, and to go D1, I think you have to score 25 points a game. The truth is these college coaches are looking for stars in their role. Right. They'd rather have a super athletic kid who might average 15 a game, but 10 rebounds and 6 assists. That's who they're looking for.
All right. So the question everybody always asks, every basketball interview, are you a LeBron guy or a Jordan guy?
I'm a Steph guy. Steph is the best player. Steph is the best player I've ever seen play.
I love that answer because I feel the same way. You
look at Clay and Draymond, they're doing through the legs passes, behind the back passes. Were they doing that before Steph? No. He taught that play.
He changed the game. He definitely changed the game. Every time I watch Steph, not even when he succeeds, just steps on the court, it's just that demeanor, like the tempo's through him, everything runs through him. And yeah, that's a good answer. But you have to pick Michael or LeBron.
I think Michael Jordan is better one-on-one player, but LeBron is better at passing, rebounding. It's really a hard call, but scoring is the most important part of the game. So I'll go Michael Jordan.
All right, Jordan or Kobe?
Kobe, he's a legend.
All right, Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
Love it. All right, we're on the same page with all these answers. I want one other thing about today's game. So I asked you, how do you feel about today's game? How do you feel about today's NBA game compared to about 10 years ago or 15 years ago?
I think it's at its peak. These NBA players are the new superstars and celebrities. The game is amazing right now. Defense is being played. There's a reason these guys are making more money now, because basketball is growing. It's the fastest growing sport in the world. I love where the game's going. I think the women's basketball game is really elevated now, and it's actually fun to watch. it's always been fun for me, but now for other people, and girls like Caitlin Clark are really changing the game. And that NCAA tournament of the women's tournament was amazing this year.
You said something there where you talked about how defense is being played, but one of the perceptions in the NBA is that there's no defense being played. But it's never as simple as things look. So I want your opinion on this. Is it the fact that they're not playing defense and the offense is great, or is the offense gotten that much better where elite defense looks mediocre?
Defense is 100% being played. It's being played really hard, especially guys like Josh Okogie, like these Hachimura, Alex Caruso. Like these guys got hundreds of millions of dollars contracts for their defense. It's just the offense is so good that even stopping 20% of these shots are worth it.
Sounds good. One last basketball NBA question for you. You got one shot. Fate of the universe is on the line. Who you got?
Kobe.
Fair enough. I thought you were going to say Iguodala. Remember that interview?
Yeah.
I want Iguodala. Awesome. I want to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about Greece. I want to know where you're from in Greece, some of the things you like doing when you get to Greece, favorites, a couple tips for maybe someone that might be traveling to where you're from. So I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue this talk with Paul Anton on Greece Chats podcast with Tony Kariotis.
Are you ready to visit Greece? So much to see. So much to do. So much to plan. So much wow. So much to take in. So much to learn. So much to enjoy. So much to discover. So little time. Where do you start? Introducing Greece Trips. Never miss a moment. Start planning with us today.
All right, we're back to Greece Chats podcast with Tony Kariotis. Today we have Paul Anton, and we are talking hoop. Refresh us real quickly. Explain to me what hoop is.
Hoop is the world's first smart basketball hoop that allows you to train like a pro, track your performance, and play against other hoop users from around the world.
And are you the founder or co-founder?
Co-founder with my friend Laith Saeed.
Amazing. All right, so I want to shift gears right now. I want to talk a little bit about Greece, where you're from and all that good stuff. So where in Greece is home for you?
I'm from the Pελopόννησος. My dad was born in Greece. My mom was born in the U.S. She's from Viziki, a small horiό outside of Athena. And my dad is from a really small horió close to Anδρίτσαινα. It's called Σκληρού.
So if somebody was decided to visit that village, give us one tip of something they got to try or do.
Definitely just have the local produce that's grown from the farm. It is just the best thing I've ever tried. Honestly, I usually travel to Rhodes to visit one of my father's really close friends from growing up. So
All right.
I don't always stop in the Pελopόννησος just because my family lives in Athena now. They still have the house in the horió, and it's a little tough to get to. I often go to Rhodes, Kefalonia, and Kythera. I went to Chios last summer, loved it. I've loved every single place I've been to in Greece. Yeah. But I can recommend some places in Rhodes.
All right, so why don't you do that? Give me the ultimate tip for somebody going to Rhodes.
For going to Rhodes, check out the petaludes. These are the butterflies, millions of butterfly species. They were almost destroyed in a fire 2 years ago. All my friends on the island went to go stop and put that fire out, so they're still there. We don't know how much longer they're going to be there, but it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in the world. I don't know if the rest of the world knows about it, but millions of butterfly species on this beautiful island.
Yeah, no, it is a pretty cool experience. I went to the and checked them out probably like 3-4 years ago. It was really neat. Yeah. All right, give us one more tip for Rhodes.
Trampolino. Trampolino is an Italian sculpture that was built right on the water. It's that diving board that's just in the middle of the ocean where you swim out,
Okay, yeah.
that you swim out to. They have first level for beginners, second level. It's really an amazing engineered diving board built of cement and built by the Italians in Rhodes. And it's you just got to go check it out and dive off that third level.
Yeah, we were at that beach a couple of years ago with Yanni Bravo when we had the guys coming around giving us massages.
Yeah.
All right, give me your 3 favorite, aside from Rhodes. Oh, now you know what? You can include Rhodes. 3 favorite Greek islands.
Kythera, I felt like I was at the beginning of time. They really have not changed much on that island. It feels like you're literally like around the time Christ was alive. Like it feels like you're just taken back. Every time I
haven't been yet, so maybe I'm gonna have to put it on my list.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Kythera is definitely in the top 3. Rhodes, and I'd say Kefalonia.
All right, good choices. How about your 3 favorite mainland spots?
Thessaloniki was amazing. I went there for the first time last year and just was amazed at all of the young people and the vibrance of that city. It's a gem of Europe. Definitely, I love Pouliagmeni in Athens, and I really loved Lamia when I went there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, a couple episodes ago, we had some the 2 guests were from Lamia, and they spoke highly of it.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, give me your 3 favorite Greek dishes.
I order chicken souvlaki always just because I love chicken and tzatziki, but moussaka definitely, and horta.
Okay. And 3 favorite Greek desserts.
I'm not a big dessert guy. I like koulouria, bougatsa alit, and honestly, sokofet, the little chocolate bars.
And are you a coffee drinker?
Yes.
What's your favorite? Is it Freddo, Frappe, or Eliniko Cafe?
Frappe sketo.
Frappe schietto. Nice.
Yeah,
you know, I used to drink Frappe schietto a while back. I wouldn't put anything in it. It was so bitter at first, but then I got used to it.
It just is a jolt of energy in the morning that I just love. I hate sugar and milk and all that, so Frappe schietto is what I get.
Wow. You're the first person that I've found that's drinking like that, aside from, because anytime I tell people that I used to drink it schietto, they just look at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, I get that look.
All right. So I know you said you're a founder. What position are you at Huupe?
Co-founder and CEO.
Co-founder and CEO. Where do you see Huupe in 5 years?
We're really trying to become a basketball lifestyle brand. Hoops are just the one part of this company. We're building a couple other products as we speak. One is in another sport, soccer. Podosfero, we're building a little product. It's not for everybody, but it's definitely going to help with some training in soccer. And we're going to launch basketballs, clothing. Like we really want to be a basketball lifestyle brand, and the path of just getting VC money and growing and trying for an IPO is no longer the path. We have to reach profitability and just build a sustainable company. So we got to do that with multiple products and high lifetime value from customers and a low customer acquisition cost. So we're really just looking at building a profitable, sustainable company over these next 5 years.
Amazing. And is this only available in the US right now?
No, it's going to be, well, for 2023, most of our pre-orders are already in the US. So we're sticking to the US for 2023, but we've got a couple pre-orders from around the world that we'll be delivering early 2024.
Okay. And is this something that anybody can set up, or you need a professional to put this together? How does it work?
For now, professional installers, but they're everywhere. We've talked to some installers in Greece that install comparable products. We use the same pole as other basketball companies, same wall mounts, so they're all used to installing these. They've installed basketball for the past 50 years. Eventually, we'll have a DIY, do-it-yourself video, but for now...
So anyone that can install a basketball backboard can put this together?
Yeah, they learn it. They pick it up in like 15 minutes.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years... I don't know. I never planned that far ahead, but hopefully, with a family, successful, and still working on what I love.
Amazing. I got one last question for you. It's what I ask everybody when I wrap this show up, and it's pretty simple but complex. What does being Greek mean to you?
Being Greek is everything to me. It's really about the wisdom that's passed down from generation to generation that can go back thousands of years that we still get to keep with us. The culture is really just everything. It's the wisdom, the attitude, the art, the music, the history, the love that we have for each other is all part of the Greek culture. And I think we have to keep it going. Our morals are really strong. Part of the Greek culture, we've always been on sort of the right side of history. We've fought against the Nazis. We fought in World War I and World War II. The famous Winston Churchill quote always just gives me chills. And it's just keeping all of that together, keep supporting each other. But being Greek, I love to keep the Greek dollar and the Greek community. If there's a Greek dry cleaners, go there. If there's a Greek restaurant, I go there. I keep the dollar in the Greek community. And really, it's everything to me. And it's that wisdom that's passed down from generation to generation that's probably the most important. It gives us an advantage in this modern world to stay true to our morals and stay true to who we are.
Well said, man. Well said. Why don't you let everyone know where they can find Huupe, learn about Huupe. If you want to plug yourself, go for it.
Yeah, Huupe.com, HUUPE.com. Check us out. We're the world's first smart basketball hoop. You know, pre-ordering, even just a follow at Huupe Official on social media can go a long way. But really appreciate you for having me, Tony. Thank you. Thank you to all the Greeks out there who are doing amazing things. A lot of you guys are really, really killing it. Really impressed to see what the young Greeks are doing. I try to support all of you. And really I'm really proud of where the Greeks are today. All the young influencers and technology builders, innovators, guys like you, your girl Maria, you guys are doing amazing things. And we have to really, really keep supporting each other. So thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Paul. And I'm looking forward to the day that you guys have Giannis shooting on this hoop too. Maybe he'll improve that free throw percentage.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so. Awesome. Thank you, Paul. Hope to see you soon. And like I said, I want to have one of these set up at a future Teddy K Classic. And if you are free, try to come on to this year's Teddy K Classic. So it's going to be May 7th weekend. But I'm not holding it to you. It's only a couple of weeks away. So next year.
I'll see you soon, man. Thank you.
Talk to you soon. And thank you guys for listening to this episode of Grease Chats podcast with Tony Kariotis. Once again, this was Paul Anton, CEO of Huupe and co-founder of Huupe. We'll talk to you again on the next episode. See you, Paul.
See you, Tony.